Hey everybody, we're going to talk about changing tooling on a Lavina concrete grinder. This specific grinder holds 9 tools. Some of the bigger machines will hold 18. The process is going to be essentially the same though. The nice thing about these grinders is you have a key that holds on a lock plate that holds the tooling on, so that way when you're grinding, the tooling doesn't pop off. Not every manufacturer does this, some do, some don't, but one of the nice features about Lavina is they do have that lock ring. This little red key has 2 little studs on it, and that just goes into 2 little holes inside this little middle part here. And what you do is you push that in, and then you just turn it, and then this lock plate comes off. So you can see that we have 3 holes, 3 spades, but the shape on the inside is actually 4. We'll come back to that in a minute because sometimes that's confusing putting it back on. So we'll take all 3 of these off. And it doesn't matter what direction you turn it, it'll turn both ways. And now that our lock plates are off, our tooling is sitting there. Usually after using the tooling, it's gonna get wedged in there pretty good from the heat and just, from it forcing it into the wedge because they are tapered. Usually you need a hammer to tap them out. You don't have to go crazy, but just a small tap. This shroud will also lift up, and I'm gonna lift that up just to get it out of our way. That way you have better access to the heads. And the way these are tapered, they're tapered kind of this way, so you're gonna tap it towards the middle to tap it out. And there's a magnet on there too, so sometimes they fall right off, sometimes they stay stuck because of the magnet. I usually put my hand underneath just to catch it, just in case. Now I have this one here. Let's just say you can't get up in there with a hammer. You can turn the head just a little bit and then tap that out. So now all the tooling is off and you still have the spade in the middle, which is 4-sided. You've got these, which are 3, and then you've got the 4 holes. So to put the tooling back on, and I'll explain what that means, see how it's tapered here, and it's also tapered this way and this way. To put it back in, you're gonna set it like this, slide it up. Usually you don't have to tap it in, but some people do like to just give a little tap just to seat it. Now to the tricky part. You have to line up these holes with these little half moons on the inside here. If you put it in like this is not holding the tooling in. It needs to be like this. So sometimes you have to flip it to get it in just right. So what I do to make it easy is I look for the little half moon that lines up with a hole. Notice these little half moons don't line up with these holes, but this one does. So the half moon lines up with a hole. This is gonna line up with the tooling. Then you find here which of the 4 holes is right in front of the tooling. It's this one. So I need to flip this around and set it in like this. So that way it's touching the tooling like this. And then I can come back to my key, turn it a little bit just to overlap to hold that lock ring on. I'll do the other one like this one. I'll do this one wrong to show you the example of what happens if you do it wrong. So you'll notice here, this side here is touching the edge of the tool. It's better than nothing, but this isn't the same way this is. See how this spade lines up with the actual tool here, whereas this spade is slightly offset? This is wrong, this is right. I'm gonna do it again down here, a different wrong way, just so you can see how it doesn't even come in contact at all. And the reason why you wanna do it the right way is so your tooling doesn't pop off when you're grinding. So this is the other wrong way. See how this spade is not even touching the tooling? In fact, it's the opposite. These tools will pop off if you hit an aggressive part of the concrete. These may hold, they may pop off because there's a little bit of wiggle room there, whereas this one will stay put, and this is correct. So this is how you want to do all of them. And then of course, reversal, take off, put on, it's all the same. If you're gonna use buttons or bars or whatever style tooling, it's all gonna be the same process. So hopefully this helps answer some questions as far as how to properly put the concrete tooling on and take it off the grinder, and how to make sure you're using your locking plate in line in the right setup so that it stays put and locks your tooling on. Again, this setup is correct, this is wrong, and this is wrong. But this one is how you want to do it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I'll be happy to answer. Have a good day.